Yo, what is going on, guys? Inzem here, and I wanted to let you guys know that I am now a coach on Medify. And what that is it is basically a coaching service that will allow me to help you guys improve at the fastest way possible. I have a lot of lesson plans ranging from character-specific coaching to just going over the basics of the game all the way up until VOD review, so I'm pretty confident I can help any level of play. I even have a free consultation if you're unsure if you want to commit or not. If you want to know more, I'll have the link to the Medify in the description, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace. Alright guys, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is, this is probably one of the coolest characters they've ever made. The bad news is, he sucks. So, the first issue we're going to talk about is his mid-range. And to really put to scale how bad this is, I'm going to use a Blue Goku as a comparison, right? This is base Goku's to him. This is Blue Goku's. Right? Base Goku's to him is minus 11, Blue Goku's is minus 10. So it goes further, and it's safer. On whiff, minus 35. Base Goku on whiff, minus 36. Worst button. Base Goku's 5M. Blue Goku's 5M. Base Goku's 5H. Blue Goku's 5H. You're starting to see where this is going, right? Like everything he has in comparison to Blue Goku is just worse. And don't get me wrong, it's not just Blue Goku. Even SSJ Goku is just better than him in like these regards, at least, right? And one of the worst ones is actually their light shoulders, right? Base Goku's light shoulder, Blue Goku's. Base Goku's is 10 frames, Blue Goku's is 9 frames. It's faster. Blue Goku also goes through Ki Blast, so it has added properties. Blue Goku also has a better hitbox, so it's just bigger. Blue Goku also recovers faster. Minus 35, minus 32. So you see what I mean by like really bad mid-range, right? During season 4, when they updated the game, they kind of like boosted a lot of characters mid-range to like a new average. Like they really raised the standard. And they did it for the other Gokus, but I guess they just forgot him because he's the only one that they didn't get that treatment. And it's pretty weird, honestly. I don't know if this was on purpose. Maybe not. But another weird thing I wanted to show you guys about his light shoulder that also needs to be fixed is that sometimes this move is so bad, it just, you can't confirm it. It's actually one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, right? So look at this. Look at that. And sometimes it can actually get so bad that it's actually a punish. This is kind of hard to set up, but let's see if I can get it. Look at that. That was a punish. He got punished for being right and using his Larry and getting a hit, but he just can't hit confirm it because, as you can see, it actually spikes downwards. You see that? It just sends you straight like downward. So if they ever get hit in the air really close to the ground, he literally just can't confirm this. It's actually like really disgusting. Not even with Spark. Like he just can't. Like I don't even know if he can't like convert it with tag. No. So please help him. And again, in comparison to Blue Goku, he sends you like a normal character and away from him. So he has a much easier time confirming into Vanish, even like delayed like that. So yeah, fix that please. So outside of his mid-range, the next issue he has actually is with how much whiff recovery he has for Ki Blast. So typically Ki Blast actually recover very fast in this game. That's just the point of him, right? Just quick fireball, right? So minus 37, right? This thing is minus 45, like, and yes, I get it, because it's coming from a unique angle, it might warrant being having more recovery than other Ki Blasts. Okay, but watch this. So minus 45, right? She's whiffing a beam and she's minus 42. Actually, she can whiff this. Keep in mind, this is a super. The game treats this as a super, not a beam. And she's still more safe than he is whiffing a Ki Blast, which is pretty funny actually when I figured this out. Look at that. That's minus 41. He's minus 45. In what world does a Ki Blast have more recovery than a beam and a super? Please fix this, Bandai, please. I'm begging you. He's a really cool character. Alright, so the next thing is, this is like something he's always had, but like, and normally it wasn't that big of an issue, but now that he kind of just sucks in almost every regard compared to the rest of the cast, it's starting to show more, and that is, he doesn't even have a true reversal. So like, his defense is also one of the worst in the game. Like, this doesn't work. He has no level 3. And for a character to have no level 3 in this game, that's really scary, or no frame 1 option. And he does have a frame 4, which is EX shoulder, and it is really, really good. But even then, as its only defensive option, it's still inconsistent in some situations because it can get punched in the corner. There we go. So like, you can just die. Like, so like, even then, like, his only defensive option can also get beat out. So I don't necessarily think this should be fixed because this is part of his character design, but like, if he's gonna have like very blatant flaws like this, I don't think he should feel incomplete in the other areas, right? I feel like that just isn't fair for him. So this other one is pretty funny because I will actually put money that this might be an accident, and that he actually can't combo beam into super dash like other characters. So Majin 21 and a lot of other characters during season 4 changes receive something like this, where they can whiff cancel a beam into super dash, or special cancel rather, and they can like do cool combos like that, right? Even his SSJ Goku counterpart has something like this, right? And he gets unique routing off it like this, right? He can't, like, he can do this one, right? But he can't do this one, and this one is the more important one. And don't get me wrong, he already does like decent damage, but like, because of how hard his routing is, it's not worth it. Like, there's a lot of characters that do a lot more damage, like just doing ABC, and he's doing this very hard combo that's very easy to drop, especially in high pressure situations. And like, he's not even, his damage doesn't match the difficulty. Like, a character like Blue Goku, on the other hand, though his combos are difficult, his damage is like proportionally higher because of it, right? Like, not many characters can hit you for almost 4.5 off a light by themselves and still get sliding, like a good sliding. That's just not normal. So like, yes, it's hard, but he has like very high reward for it being hard. Base Goku doesn't have the same thing. And he might be able to get a little more optimal, like 3.9, but like, that just isn't enough. Like, maybe he can get low 40%, but like, that's just like arguably same level of difficulty as the one Blue Goku's doing, and he's doing like a lot less damage, like 500, or even in this case 700 is like a lot less damage. That's like a super. So yeah, please give him this, so it would make sense. His combos will still be hard, but his damage would match the difficulty of his combos, so I feel like that would be fair. So the next issue that he has is actually really sad, because I feel like this is like just really like a pretty bad oversight on how he works and just how this game works. So there's certain moves in this game that actually have higher priority than a beam. So think how a beam beats a Ki Blast, right? Because it's just a stronger move. There's moves that just beat beams because they're stronger moves, right? These are like moves that have super durability to them, right? So a good example is Majin 21 with her steals. If she has even one steal, her EX orbs actually become a super now, and you're gonna see that it will just beat a beam straight up. See, it'll just go through my beam as if like you're shooting a beam at a Ki Blast, and it'll win, right? So not a lot of characters have these type of moves, but there is enough to actually notice it's like an archetype of a move, right? So Base Goku has one. It's his Spirit Bomb, and this move, while it is like pretty decent at neutral despite being minus 65 on whiff, I'm not going to show up, but you're going to trust me on that one. And Majin 21 is like minus what, 42 or 41. So again, just he has a pretty unnecessary amount of recovery on like moves with the same properties, right? But with his, he doesn't really get anything with being able to charge it. Like, he can charge it. I don't think the training room will let me do this. He can charge it all the way up to 3 levels, but he doesn't get anything for doing these 3 levels. Like, it's still -1 on block every single time. Like, level 2 it's -1 on block, level 1 it's -1 on block. It doesn't really change. The only thing that changes is the damage and the meter gain the move builds like while it's hitting. But like, even trying to gain meter with this move, it gets like scaled really terribly. You see that build like almost half a bar, and the next one won't even build that much. Like he should have like around a little over a bar and a half, but he doesn't even get that. And if he charges it all in one go, like he can't even get half a bar. So like, why does that work like that? That doesn't make sense. Like that's minus 89. I'm sitting here for 89 frames. Like, can I get some resources, please? It's a charging move. Thank you. But like the other thing is like, even her EX orbs is +5 for the first steal. And the more steal she has, it starts getting absurd all the way up until this one being +20 point blank and +30 full screen. And like she can even have unique things like gelling into super dash with it, right? Like, you know, to strengthen her kit. And don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for them to take this away from her or any of these characters, because in my opinion it makes sense for them. I'm saying it doesn't make sense for base Goku to be just blatantly like a tier under this, like deliberately. So yeah, please help him. This is kind of the truth for everyone, but it's even more so for him. So like everyone loses to Labco, right? But he might actually have the worst matchup against Labco in the entire game. Like he just struggles. There's nothing he can do outside of the mid-range and stuff, whatever. I'm not going to get into the specifics of the Labco, but the one thing I'm going to talk about is once he gets hit by this, he is a useless character. You might as well have him off the team. Like, just get him out 1 point and only use him as an assist, because that's the only value you'll have to you for the rest of the game. Like, it's that bad. He's the character that is hurt the most by debuffing the game. You can maybe argue like 2 other characters, but easily bottom 3. Because the main way he needs to hit you is this command grab, which damage is already scaled to a disgusting amount. And with the nerf, he can't do enough anymore to like even threaten you with this whole mind game, right? And just to really drive home the point, we're gonna be here for a second. Just to really show you what that means as a base Goku player. You get the point, right? So honestly, I was actually thinking about speeding this up, but as a base Goku main, I'm gonna actually not, so you guys can feel what I have to feel. It makes like, I feel like this drives the point even more. So like, one of the last things he kind of sucks at, and he's always been like this, to be fair, but like, again, kind of the same thing with his no reversals thing. Like, now that he just sucks in like a lot of other regards that he typically didn't, it's starting to really show more, and that is like he has like almost no teams in the game even then. So already like kind of having a really bad toolkit like for the standard of this version of the game, you can't even play him on a team to begin with. So even if you did manage to put him on a team, he sucks, and he sucks unless a team is built for him. So he's like one of the most greedy characters in the game for like no reason, and it's like really stupid. So on the team on the left is actually one of the only teams that can work for him, because it's like built to work. But like for a team to work, your point character being able to spare bomb is not important. It's the character you're mid, like the supporting character, because usually when you're playing Dragon Ball, the point is probably the first to die, right? If you get cooked in the point where, that's what happens. So let's say I was playing SSJ Goku, or sorry, let's say I wasn't playing SSJ Goku. If I was ever in this situation, base Goku would be useless, because the point of him, which is spare bomb, if your team cannot spare bomb base Goku, you probably shouldn't be playing the character to begin with. It can't even use the strategy of the team anymore, and majority of the characters that can spare bomb are point characters, so that kind of only leaves like a very small portion of the cast being able to be even ran with him, like Vegito, SSJ Goku, Zamasu are like the main ones to name off the top of my head. But like, it's just like, I don't know to ask more synergy for him, because that kind of goes against his design. But if he's going to be like this again with the reversal one, please fix him so it actually would make sense to even run him on a team, let alone like build something for him. So I was kind of going through the fixes as I was talking, but I just kind of wanted to sum them up just to like make it clear, like this is what I personally would do to fix him. And again, this is not to just over tune him, because I mean I just showed like pretty clear proof that it's the norm of the game I'm asking of him, not making him disgustingly broken at all. But first, change this to him. Just copy and paste Blue Goku's 2M onto him. Like this 2M is the same as SJ Goku's. Like Blue Goku and SJ Goku's 2M are the same. Their 5H are the same. It's like the exact same. Like because they're the same character. So why is his the only one that's different? Like just copy and paste it to him. Copy and paste the 5H. We're good. Light shoulder. Honestly, this can just still be a worse version of Blue Goku's, but at least make it 9 frames. Have it go further. Like match Blue Goku's range, match his how safe or how negative it is, so minus 32, make it 9 frames, but it can still not be Ki Blast in full. So Blue Goku's will still be better, and please, for the love of God, fix the angle and how it hits. This is like a very clear oversight of the character. This just shouldn't be a thing, like just straight up. That's like bad character design. Like please fix that. So the next thing I would really like for them to fix is please reduce some recovery off this. At least around minus 40 to minus 41, so that he can at least poke around with it safer. Because like, come on, there's a lot of moves that already go through Ki Blast as well. Like, does this really need to be that negative? Especially more negative than a super beam. Like, I can't stress that enough. It's a Ki Blast being more safe than a super beam. That kind of goes against the rules a little bit, right? But yeah, I still think it shouldn't be as safe as a normal Ki Blast, because I do recognize that this is a very hard angle for characters to fight, and it's like very fast. But yeah, like minus 40, minus 41 would be good, and that'll be nice. The next thing would be the beam with the super dash, like I mentioned earlier. Just let him be able to do this so that he could actually have proper damage on his routing to match the difficulty of them and have his combo theory be complete. And the last but not least, fixing this, doing 2 things to this actually. First, in being that he should be able to retain all his meter gain when he does this. He should be at least build like a bar and a half. Like he's sitting still for a very, very long time. It should not decay like that, right? And even these should not decay like this. And the other thing would be to, again, change the frame data on this to either be 0 on block for this first one, or I'm gonna be honest, and I'm asking for less than what is norm, because Majin 21 is just straight up plus off her first charge. But I don't want him to be too broken. I want him to be like playable. So at least 0 on the first one. Honestly, it should probably be like +1 on the first one. But the second one should be like around like +5-ish, and then the third one can be anywhere from +10 to +15 to 20 to like really incentivize you to want to get all 3 charges. And outside of that, I think he'd actually be a pretty playable character, but as it stands right now, in my personal opinion, he is actually one of the worst characters in the game. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you like this type of videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.